brace a little bit.
Correct.
She'd like to play. She's got to run to the doctor still. What's your thoughts on that?
Day to day. Well, she's made the next step forward. She's actually practicing with us, so that's a good sign. And I'm hopeful that it'll progress and practice leads to games. So my hope is that that's where it will go. You always hope that she doesn't incur any setbacks before the game, but if I'm a guessing man, Amanda Johnson will be available.
You miss a lot with her, but one of the byproducts of her being out is Liz getting so much time. It seems to really be coming on these last couple of weeks.
Elizabeth Brenner is a staple for us now. She's a very good competitor, a good player, and I knew this would happen. She's now found ways to score, so I don't think it was an accident that in her last two games she had 12, 15 points, and so she's going to make baskets for us.
She said you had to prod her a little bit to.
Not really, Rob. No, it wasn't a question of prodding. I think it was more a question of her just feeling her way, getting, feel a little more comfortable with what we're doing. Not just coming down and saying, well, you want me to shoot, I'll just find a couple ways to shoot a shot. I think we had to get her into the flow, but now she knows and our players know. I mean, she's someone that we pay attention to on our offense.
But you guys talk about the growth of Danielle Love with her taking on more responsibilities since Amy's been out?
Well, Danielle Love was kind of, someone who was evolving as a staple, strong, good player who, if you look at the stats, she plays the most minutes of anybody on our team. So she's someone that we kind of keep on the floor as much as we can. I mean, she does all of the journeyman thing. She's my outlet passer. She's my defender inside against when we press. So she does all the things that you really can't do without. So that's why I keep her in the game.
What Liz did in high school and in a club team is so different from what you guys do. I mean, would she have been a good fit? Would you have looked? And a couple years ago, did you look at her when you were watching her in the club and think, hey, she could flourish in this style?
We saw her in her junior year. Liked her game. Before we ever, did anything other than see and evaluate and say, hey, here's a very good player, nice young player. It was clear that she had declared and wanted to be a volleyball player, so we just kind of, scratched her out of our, evaluations. And so, by the luck of the draw, she winds up here. So, happy.
How tough do you think that is, or how tough is that for somebody to go from volleyball to basketball and actually flourish the way that she had?
I think it's very difficult. I mean, a lot of us, myself included, we have trouble with one sport. So when you try and play multiple sports at this level and this well, I mean, she's just not like someone who, we put her in to kind of give somebody a rest. I mean, she's performing at a very, very good level right now. So, and she did that for her volleyball team, and so I'm impressed.
Last time you were in Corvallis, kind of a tough memory.
Yeah, well, sometimes some games you should leave early. Like we left at halftime, we'd been having a very joyous bus ride. But, yeah, I mean that's a hard game to put out of your mind. We were up 20 at half, so. One thing about war is not over until somebody says surrender or they say you won. So if there's a lesson learned, we now know it's a 40-minute battle.
You had such a young group at that point. How far do you feel like that group has come, particularly the girls that are sophomores now? And
yeah, I think our sophomore class has really stepped up, and they're much more involved in the flow of the game and how games go. And hopefully with the return of Amanda Johnson, I think we're going to get some good leadership from Jasmine Holliday and Nia Jackson and Amanda Johnson. So that should help too. But all that being said, this game, will probably be, who's winning with 30 seconds to go, and it's probably not going to be a 15-point margin at that time.
Were you the type to draw on last year to help motivate the team, or do you that last year's last year.
I'd like to forget about it, me personally, but I mean, you know, I won't ignore it, but I'm not going to, you know, delve into it and make everyone feel, you know, embarrassed.
Well, as motivation, hey,
Yeah.
you know, rah, rah, rah type of deal. That's not necessarily.
Not necessarily. I don't like to think about things that went real bad for me or them.
Scott Ruick had a pretty monumental task when he came in there, and he was having open tryouts essentially on campus,
Right.
to where they're playing a lot better now. What do you see on film from them? What you're seeing?
Yeah, no, I think they're a very credible team. You know, I liked them last year, but they're better now. You know, so I mean, I don't have to look too far. I mean, they went to USC and beat them, and it wasn't like luck. So my evaluation of USC is they have to be close to the second or third best team in our conference, and we beat them on the road. You kind of spread the word out that, you know, we're for real. So yeah, they're a for real team.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my pleasure.